Hi, hello, welcome to not exactly a normal Let's Play video of 20 minutes till dawn. It's not really a guide either. The premise of this video is I just want to show what I think is right now the strongest build in this game. It's really good, really strong. I basically won streak from probably like, I don't know, Darkness 4 to 14. And I'm just so confident that we're gonna get this dub here. We're gonna hit Darkness 15 on the first try here. So the build, pretty simple. Shotgun Diamond, really good character, very strong, very simple. The rune page here, you can see it. Alacrity. This is a word that I've never actually said out loud. But yeah, you go boom, close combat, you know, good with the shotgun, obviously. Glass cannon, again, Diamond has really high max HP, so it kind of just works well with her. Cadence, really good. And then we go to the shield side. Vigilance, elemental shield, healing, and growth. Growth I mainly like just for the XP gain is really good, but the healing factor on it is good as well. And yeah, we'll get into it here. Let's not dilly-daddle too much. The build's gonna be really simple. Shouldn't be too tough. And let's get in there. So, pretty much. Oh, you know what? Hold on a second. I had the sound off. It gets so loud, man. We're gonna turn it on for now, but if it gets unbearable, I might turn it off again. But yeah, shotgun, pretty strong in the early game, obviously here. These are all really bad abilities. Not to be rude to them, but these are all I would consider non-essential abilities for what this build is going to do. Electromage has some synergies, but they don't really matter that much in the grand scheme of things. Ghost Friend, we're not a summoner build. Glare, kind of bad. Out of all of these, I'll just take Magnetism just to... It's not really an XP gain, but if you kind of think about it, this will help you pick up orbs you might have missed otherwise, so it's kind of like an increase to your XP in a weird way. But all those upgrades are pretty bad. So, the reason why I think Diamond is maybe the strongest character in the game is that her passive abilities are really strong. Like, her unique passive abilities that she gets are really strong. They all revolve around either her taking damage, or her healing, or her being at low or below half health, basically, right? And the reason why that's so strong is that in tandem with Soothing Warmth, it's very easy to heal yourself. What you end up doing is you take damage on purpose, heal yourself, increase the damage you deal, and it's just, you know, a really strong feedback loop. So we're gonna take the Pyromage here. I would say this is not critical to the build, but it's good, and the sooner you get it, the better as well. You want it by the time you have one of the two passive healing or passive abilities that Diamond has that help you do more damage. One of them is, oh man, I want to say fire rate and reload speed, and one of them is bullet damage and maybe size. I forget what they actually all do. So whatever. We'll take Fire Starter here again. Soothing Warmth. The sooner we get it, the better. It doesn't help us deal that much more damage. The burn damage, not amazing. The Fireball, also not amazing damage. Just, you know, it one-shots one of these guys, but that's about it, really. And Cadence here, as you can see, really important for clearing out these waves too in the early game. Oh, for some reason I thought that man was dead. Oh well. Double shot, not great with the shotgun early, but Fusillade is really, really, really good. I would say like nearly essential. So we're gonna take the double shot here. It's overall gonna probably actually lower. Oh, I almost walked into him. Gonna maybe even lower our overall damage output here. You know, one extra projectile on the shotgun isn't worth that much, but when you double the projectiles in your shotgun, then it's like, you know, not too shabby. Basically, the way this build's gonna work is we're gonna take aim's pretty good, mainly because of things like penetration and sniper. Assassin, it's hard to tell how useful it actually is, but I like it in general. Fanfire, important for unlocking Fusillade here. I think we'll take it first. But take aim, also a pretty good choice. And the tighter spread is better for killing bosses too. And the bullet speed is actually really important as well, because, you know, in this game, there's no range upgrades really. It's just like, you know, bullet speed is what increases the distance your bullets travel before they, you know, dissipate. go. Power shot, easy. Again, you know, the build needs bullet damage. So we'll take that. We want to do our best to kind of stack these guys up so that way the cadence shots can kind of just tear through them. And in the early game, the way you can think of it, basically, a cadence volley will basically kill all small enemies. And you know, every third shot is a cadence shot. So if you think about your clip as being just kind of one shot, because, you know, you just do a shot, right? Boom, boom. Right now, it's going to be no cadence shots. So normal shots, and then first shot is cadence. Oop. I like take aim. Frost Mage is pretty good here, too. Frost Mage, probably, like, the single best, like there's no other CC in the game, I suppose. But, like, Frost Mage is really important for, you know, stemming the tides here. It itself doesn't do any extra damage, really, but freezing enemies, very valuable ability, so we'll take that here. So if you think about, you know, your magazine as just being one shot, 2 out of 3 of your shots will have cadence. Hopefully that kind of makes sense. I'm sorry, I'm trying to, you know, play and think at the same time here. But in each volley, you will have... In 2 of your 3 volleys, you will have 1 cadence shot in the mix. Frostbite's fine. Shatter's pretty good, too, from what I've seen. But again, it's like Assassin, or Assassination, Assassin, I forget what it's called. Assassin's Mark? Who knows? It's hard to tell how effective it actually is. Here's our first boss. Just gonna take him out quickly. And out of the 3 passive abilities we can get here, also big shot, very easy. Fire rate, it's important to note that the fire rate decrease is important. You should think of fire rate, bullet damage, bullet size, and distance all as being, you know, factors in your DPS, right? Bigger bullets do mean the bullets do hit more enemies. And obviously more damage means they do more damage too, right? But, you know. Anyway, whatever, you get the idea. Hopefully. So, there's only one, I would say, bad passive we can get here. And this is the bad one. HP being at half or below, getting piercing shots and increased knockback, not that important for us, if I'm being honest. Does not matter in the grand scheme of things. So, Glare, Dragon Egg, and Electro Mage all kind of not good here. Recharge is okay. It's not that essential. I like the pickup range, though. Again, same logic as Magnetism. Increased pickup range is kind of like pseudo increased experience gains, because you'll be picking up orbs that you might just miss otherwise. But not that important. I would say this is a pretty normal start as far as getting things that we want. The nice thing about this build is that, like, a lot of the perks are good, so you very rarely miss. I would really only say, like, you know, well, we'll take Splinter here. The Splinter shots, as far as I can tell, seem to pass on the Ice Shot, the freeze status as well. So Splinter, while the damage is more or less irrelevant, the freezing effect that this causes is really good. So I like that a lot. Holy Shield, good defensively, but we're fine on defense here. Anyway. What was I talking about before? I don't know. You don't need me to talk that much. I'll try to, you know, keep the dead air to a minimum here, so it's not just like a really boring, psychotic man just playing a game by himself. Oh, we're about to get hit here. And there's Fusillade. Fusillade, really good. Take aim, also good, but Fusillade. Am I saying that right? Fusillade? Fusillade? I don't know. This is another word never actually seen written before. Or that I've never heard said before, and maybe never seen written before. I've heard of a fuselage, like I think like the fuel tank in, I want to say, like a plane or a rocket. I've never heard Fusillade before. Anyway, whatever, it doesn't matter. We're taking this, and this is gonna just double our shots, which is, I don't know if you know this, pretty good. Pretty good ability to get. The other big thing we need here is ammo capacity increases. We haven't seen any of those yet. They're good. I wouldn't say, you know, essential necessarily, but they're good. Actually, no, I would say essential. I would say they're pretty important to have. Well, you can probably get there without them, I suppose. I don't know. Honestly, nothing in this build really feels essential, except for maybe, like, the bullet upgrade ones, like the big shot and stuff like that. That's pretty important. But I don't know. So, Reaper rounds is really good here. Split fire, We don't need it. We already have Fusillade. We can kind of just ignore this. Vitality is okay because it gives us the regen ability eventually. But we're good on HP. I don't think we need it. Reaper rounds are really good because they are one half of a really good shotgun synergy as well. That we'll see once we take light bullets. You know, I should mention too how synergies work. If you don't know the way synergies work, you know, we can just pull up the tab actually here, right? So the synergies start to show up when you have the 2 items listed below. So death rounds, which is the one we're gonna, you know, potentially get with Reaper rounds. Max HP -1, but bullets dealing 10 additional damage. We have a huge HP pool, so we don't mind the HP hit. 10 damage per shotgun shot is really good. It's like a 75% increase at this point because our bullets are doing like 14-ish damage, I want to say right now. I don't know. Crossfire we'll take. Gun Mastery we'll take. Miniclip we'll ignore. We'll see it a bunch of times, I'm sure. We might get Stand Your Ground, but it's not a high priority. And Summon Mastery, no. Not going to see that at all. Oh. The dog is here. So what do you guys think this is? I've always thought this is like a reindeer. Like visually, I don't know what else you would call it. Kind of cornered here a little bit. It's fine though. Frostbite, really good against this boss, by the way, which is why I recommend you getting it as early as you can see it. Very good. I'm about to take a little bit of damage there. Unfortunate. You know, if you're gonna actually no, watch and learn's fine here too. I'll just take the HP. Regeneration is good to have. Okay, and boss is dead. So the nice thing about this pentagram, a lot of these abilities aren't that good. We can take Tome of Rage. It's not amazing. These are all actually pretty bad right now. Tome of Rage, it's technically a net damage increase, but it's not a huge net damage increase, and the spread is really annoying in the early game. I think we're just gonna skip. In the late game, I like taking Tome of Rage because when you get those I call it the sniper tree because one of the pictures is just like a sniper rifle, but the ones that increase bullet speed and reduce spread, and those skills, I like to have those first before taking this. And I like to also increase my base ammo because this triples your base max ammo. I think it's when you pick it up. So if you have, like, for example, 6 shots and you take this, I think you get 18 shots max ammo, but I might be wrong about that too. I'm not actually certain. Don't quote me on that 100%. But either way, I like taking this when I actually have some spread reduction. I don't have any, so I think we just skip this here. You don't need it. It's fine. Ah, hold on. Apparently picking that up doesn't give you the little temporary knockback that leveling up does, which is interesting. Or maybe, you know, they just weren't close enough. I don't know. Hard to say. Anyway, it should be pretty smooth sailing. Honestly, I think the dog is the hardest fight in the entire game. Maybe that's just me, I don't know, but that dog is fricked up, man. So, take aim here. Pretty easy pickup. Dragon Egg, I didn't mention it before, but Dragon Egg not, like, all summons are not necessary on this run. Holy Shield is okay, but again, you don't need it. And then Glare. Glare is kind of cool once you get, you know, like your frost effects and your fire effects. Because you know, the way that that sight magic is described, I would imagine that you could, you know, if the sight damage triggers, it can freeze and, you know, inflame enemies and stuff. I don't care about that. We're taking take aim here. Again, sniper, penetration, assassin, all pretty good. Not essential, but I think maybe one of them is part of the gun mastery synergy. Let me actually check. I never know what synergies gives gun mastery. I just always get it coincidentally. But what actually gives it here? Gun mastery, armed and ready, power shot, rapid fire. None of those were actually that, so never mind. I don't know. Don't trust me. I don't know what I'm talking about. So we're now getting to the second hardest enemy in the entire game, and it's these little eyeball boys that shoot shots at you every once in a while. They're not really that hard, but, like, you know, they're pretty annoying. They have a lot more health than the normal small enemies. Quick hands, you know, that's part of the reload tree, so I like that a lot. Anger point, not the worst idea ever to take for the regen unlock, but again, we don't need it yet. We're doing great. We're in the best defense is a good offense situation here, so let's, you know, keep on doing what we're doing. Reload speed, very important for this too. You only have 2 shots, but like, you know, or I guess that's not the right way to look at it. You have 2 shots, so you end up spending a lot of time reloading. So it is important to reduce that reload speed, increase the max ammo size, stuff like that. You get the idea. I like Shatter, so I guess we'll just take Ice Shard. I don't know how this works exactly, but it does feel like Shatter can show up, but it feels like taking both of these increases the odds that Shatter shows up instead of like Ice Shards. I don't know. There's probably like a weird like built-in mechanic that the game doesn't explain in regards to, you know, what items show up in your item pool. I know that with like Vampire Survivors, for example, your luck stat influences the odds that your level up has level up options that are of items you already have. So if you have a high luck, you're more likely to see upgrades for the items you currently have rather than new items showing up in the pool. I don't know to what degree. I remember looking at some of the info data mined from the game and people saying that they found that. Anyway, we have 4 shots now per clip, which is, you know, good. Now, again, I mean, I don't know if you've been still keeping track of cadence shots. I've been more or less just ignoring that now, just kind of, you know, spraying into the mobs. But when it comes to cadence, we're now getting at least 1, sometimes 2 cadence shots per volleys. Now, the shotgun, I don't know the exact number, but the shotgun has at least penetrates 2. At least I want to say 2 enemies. At least 2 innately, maybe 3, maybe more, I don't know. But the shotgun does benefit quite a bit from piercing shots, but you do get to a point where it doesn't really matter that much. In my opinion, there is a limit. There's a limit. They don't pierce forever. So taking bullet piercing upgrades is pretty good. We'll take sniper. Bullet speed and damage increase, just good. It's gonna be. I don't want to be mean, but I think it's gonna be kind of boring from here on out. I like this game a lot, but ever since I found this build, it's been like, I don't want to like, you know, say it's been easy mode, but I would like some more darkness modes. I think, you know, cranking the difficulty up a little bit more, maybe. I do appreciate them putting like a Slay the Spire-esque Ascension mode in the game. That is very cool. Flip kill, fine. Not essential either, but you know, faster reloads is good. It's gonna be a little annoying when we did the 10-minute mark. I think 10 minutes is when the little squid boy stops showing up and the weird flying eel monsters show up, and it's gonna lower our experience gains by quite a bit. We don't need to worry about split fire. We have Fusillade already. Rapid fire, pretty good. If we get to siege, we might get the what's it called, synergy. I want to say a stand your ground. Siege, in my opinion, is not good, but siege gives us the stand your ground synergy, which is pretty good. Not amazing either. The lower fire rate is noticeable, but whatever. Now, bouncing bullets, as far as I can tell, just does not work with the shotgun. As far as I can tell, and it's hard to tell because, you know, a lot's happening. As far as I can tell, this does nothing for us, basically. This increases our fire rate, but lowers the bullet damage, so it's a wash. I'll just take increased reload rate. Also, fresh clip, 30% bonus damage for 1 second after reloading. I don't know if you've noticed, when we shoot, we dump our clip pretty quickly. Maybe not the whole clip is getting the damage bonus, but like a lot of it is. So yeah, pretty good. And yeah, this is going to be it for a while. We should be trying to kill as many things as possible to get as much XP as possible. There's mini clip. We're going to be seeing this a lot, and we're going to be ignoring it a lot. Light bullets is the other half of Reaper rounds, which are really, really strong. So we're trying to get that. In theory, if there was enough enemies, we would be reloading after picking up these experience orbs and maybe just not, like, or shooting infinitely. That's not gonna happen. Okay, so we'll take split fire so it stops showing up. I don't want to take any of these. Again, I feel like there's some sort of built-in mechanic, and this is purely anecdotal, so do not take this as being evident unless someone else out there is like, you know, done the research and has found out, hey, by the way, there is an increased odds of you finding things you already have. It just feels like there is, though, right? Like, am I crazy? It does feel like the more you take things, the more likely you are to see more things from the skill tree. Anyway, increased pickup range, not terrible. I like starting to unlock regeneration, though. That's pretty good. You know what we haven't seen in a while? Any fire upgrades. These pyro bullets, pyro mage, whatever it's called. I wanted to get the traits that let you regen health and whatnot, and then the one trait that lets you regen health when you light things on fire. Just haven't seen intense burn, haven't seen soothing warmth at all. Just fine. Not a big deal. Big penetration here. And here come the eels. We have enough damage to kill the eels. I'm not worried about them. It's just that less of them spawns. We're going to be getting less experience from here on out, which is sad. And I want to say the 8-minute mark is when the coughing shows up, but it might be 9. I always forget. You would think with so little going on, it'd be easy to remember, but like, this is a really tame part of the game here. I don't know. What do you think these are? I think these are leeches, right? Is that like, you know, that weird sort of circular mouth with sharp teeth? That's like a leech thing, right? It's not like a snake, not like, I mean, it could be like a worm. I think slugs have those kind of mouths too, actually. They're just so small you can't really see them. I remember seeing a picture of like a slug eating something and like, or like eating a piece of lettuce, and it's like, he's got some gnarly chompers. You gotta watch out. Shatter's here. Shatter's pretty cool. I mean, it basically just chain reaction kills everyone, as you can see there, right? Oh, here's coughing. 8 minutes and 35 seconds, roughly. Maybe like 8:40 when it shows up. I don't know. Gotta make sure no one's coming from behind. Oh, getting a little swarmed. Okay, let's knock it off here, guys. Come on. Get a little bit of space behind us. Stop these ball boys from shooting. Coughing should be dead soon, I think. Maybe, like, I'm gonna say 4 more volleys. There's 1. Oh, just 2. Wow, okay. And, okay, so now we're getting bullet damage and bullet size. Okay, that's what it is. But 15% every time I heal. Right, so now we definitely want to, you know, find some healing things. Now, we have a lot of, in our rune tree, we have a lot of passive healing. Every, what is it, 4 or 5 levels? I forget the number. Every 4 or 5 levels, we just heal by default. Also, every, like, 1,000 enemies we kill, they drop a heart. Which is good. And that's it right now. But if we get a soothing warmth or even regeneration, both are fine here. Oh, there's a heart. Boom. So there's a, you know, 15% damage increase. Yeah, we're not going to have any issues from here on, I don't think. It was, I wouldn't say it was dicey, but we were, you know, we weren't invincible there. We're taking some hits, and now we get death rounds. I was calling these Reaper rounds before. Reaper rounds is part of the synergy. Sorry, my bad. Unprofessional. Can you believe that? Absurd. So now, so it's hard to it's hard to see the difference, but you basically every hit now has multiple numbers on it. And one of those numbers is the death round hit, and one of those is the normal hit now. So we're doing, like, effectively, you know, if we're doing 20 damage per shot, we're now doing 30 damage per shot, or whatever, right? So it's like a 50% increase in our damage. I think it's pretty good. You can see how important the frost rounds are here, too, to CCing enemies so they don't, like, you know, swarm us. We'll take regeneration. You know, assassin, not that important, I don't think. The weird thing about regeneration, it always heals you, like, right away first. Now, what we did there is I took a little bit of damage on purpose just to make sure that we have HP available to heal. I wouldn't be shocked if overhealing still triggers the heal effect, but I just don't know. I haven't done it myself to check, like, you know, I don't know how to check the math. Like, you know, you could, like, the actual damage you're dealing is a flurry of nonsense. It's hard to actually see how much more damage you deal each time you take damage. Or heal, or whatever, right? It's hard to tell. So I just play it safe, and I just make sure that I'm not at full health. So that way I have health to heal. Take Assassin. It's about time, right? Got to stop showing up in the pool. Not that it's been there for too long, but you get the idea. I'm gonna say you get the idea a lot, I imagine, in this, because most of this is fairly self-evident, I would say. Like, it's not that hard to figure it out. I don't know. What do we got here? Okay, so now we have to choose from one of our bad options. None of these help. I guess Magic Lens is kind of bonus damage. I just don't like how conditional it is. Right? Being forced to shoot in a certain direction to get the damage. I guess the way you should look at it is that it's just like incidental damage increase. Like sometimes you're getting a little bit of a bonus hit. But you shouldn't like try to shoot through it. You should just try to, like, you know. You should just try to shoot normally, and then, you know. If it covers a quarter of your screen, you can kind of think of it as, like, you know, 1/4 of the time getting a damage increase. Because the enemies come from every direction, right? So, you know, on average, that's probably roughly correct. Igniting lens, refracting lens. This, no. That's fine. We do care about enemies getting burned. This doesn't seem that important. Okay, the man has shot me with a laser. Very rude. So this fight, the hardest part about this fight is the eyeball enemies floating around this man. He himself, the laser, not very threatening. If it wasn't obvious to you, the laser comes out in the sections that are, like, on his body that are glowing. The actual eyeball mans are much more of a threat, although he's hit me with the laser now at least 2, maybe 3 times, so maybe I shouldn't be talking. I don't know. I will say this fight is a little bit harder when he's shooting more often on Darkness 15. Not that much more. Yep, see? He's toasted. Now, I think we're guaranteed to see the damage upgrade option here. The way I think this works is that there's 6 different choices. It shows you the first 3 on the first one, and then the second 3 on the second one. The speed, summon... Oh, no, actually, it showed us this again. Okay. Well, let's do a little bit of science here, right? Let's see what happens when we pick the Tome of Rage. It should, you know, you would think that triple your base max ammo would go from 5 to 15, but maybe base just means, like, you're starting. I don't know, we'll see. You know, we've increased our max ammo by 3, so it'll either be 15 or it'll be 9 here. Let's find out. 9. Okay, so I'm actually dumb and wrong. That's what I've learned today. But this is a slight damage increase overall, so I'm happy with it. Now this guy shows up right after the electric gate on that fight ends, which is pretty BM if you ask me. Taking 10's burn here. This is a little bit closer to maybe seeing the other one. The what's it called? Soothing warmth, soothing heat. I think warmth. Well, there's an HP upgrade up there, or not upgrade, but you know what I mean. These are all bad. We'll take anger point because we're gonna be damaging ourselves a lot here. Do this, and this is the one where you get fire rate and reload rate by 10% every time you take a hit. So now, take a hit on purpose. Oh, there's a health down here. I'll take that. Take a hit on purpose. We are at the point in the game where enemies do deal double damage. Not that it's an actual issue, but whatever. All of the effects of your magic lens is doubled, and magic lens size is halved. Like, whatever, it's fine. And this is gonna, like, you can see here, right? Like, you know, We can stay stationary this entire game and win from here, more or less. We're not going to because I want to pick up the experience, but we could at this point. There's Soothing Warmth. Let's take some more damage here. And it shouldn't take too long to heal this back. Just like it would be nice if we had what's it called? Flash Freeze, Frostburn. What's it called? This one, Frostfire. There you go. Now every time we freeze someone, they're also going to be on fire. Just basically a slight increase to proc it. Got some HP up here. We healed once as well. I don't know if it was from Soothing or whatever. We've healed once more again. We're invincible because we've killed too many enemies, and one of our passes gives us that ability. Ah, give me Refraction. Who cares? And you can hopefully see what I mean here by, like, pickup range helping us gain more XP overall, right? Also, we're gonna have a huge fire rate increase now from that upgrade as well. Every time we pick up an orb, we get a temporary fire rate boost. Now, these are all worthless. Take Glare. Doesn't actually matter. We should hurt ourselves again. We've gotten too much health. We're invincible. We can't be hurt. The invincibility thing, if you didn't know, was also one of the skill trees we took before. I didn't read them all out what they did. I just kind of, you know, read the names of them. We'll take pickup range increase. Hit me. Taking more damage. Hit me. Weird. Oh, by the way, hit me again. Weird thing. I don't know if you know this, but it says that that small enemies do double damage in the last 5 minutes, but the orb shot from the eyeball still only does 1 damage. I think it might be a bug. I don't know. Doesn't really matter though. Oh, Gun Mastery. There we go. The time that showed up. Cool, cool, cool. And as you can see, like, nothing can even come remotely close to killing us. Like, I feel like we could have, like, we can give the enemies quadruple their HP right now, and it wouldn't matter. We're gonna stop taking damage because, I don't know. We have enough damage as is here. And yeah, this is the build that I think is too strong. It kills everything too quickly, and the big issue with this is that it's so easy to set up because, like, there's so many good skills for this that it's very hard to die in the early game. A lot of the characters, I feel like they actually do kind of struggle a bit in the early game. We'll take Siege here. A lot of characters, I do feel like they do struggle in the early game a little bit because they have such low HP. Like you saw against the Ranger, I took like you know 2 or 3 hits. The eyeball laser man, I took more hits than normal. I took like 3 or 4 hits in that fight, but we're diamonds, so it doesn't matter. You're stand our ground. There's extra projectiles, extra fire rate, and yeah, that's it. That's my build. Very easy. The core of the build, look here, the tree here, is just being diamond, getting all the diamond passives, and then things like Soothing Flame. And then honestly, you could probably win it without that though. I don't think you even need that damage upgrade. I think just like death rounds, Fusillade, and then just high fire rate and reload speed is basically enough to win the entire game. But Diamond just puts it way over the top and has that high HP pool, so you have plenty of room to make mistakes and not die. Whatever. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. Goodbye.